EMB5679, shoot your die.
Does Donald Trump follow the Nixon playbook?
I have never heard or seen such outrageous, vicious, distorted reporting in 27 years of public life.
What is it about television coverage of you in these past weeks and months that has so aroused your anger?
Don't get the impression that you arouse my anger. One can only be angry with those he respects.
Tomorrow they will say, Donald Trump rants and raves at the press. I'm not ranting and raving. I'm just telling you, you're dishonest people. But, I'm not ranting and raving.
Let's keep in mind, Nixon and Trump are accused of obstruction. They both have involvement and accusation in leaks and lies and leaked documents, and they gave documents and whatnot. And of course, you have Trump and his Jewish backgrounds, and then with Nixon, Bernstein was involved, and then Nixon resigns for obstruction, and now Trump is being investigated in the face of obstruction, none other. And besides them chemtrilling it up, let's go back to their Jewish ties real quick. And not that it has any relevance, but, you know, Trump has his Jewish ties, and then he's connected to Epstein somehow. And then, of course, Nixon was connected to Bernstein.
Washington Post reporters Bob Woodward and Carl Bernstein, who won the Pulitzer Prize for their Watergate coverage. Today, Woodward is writing a book about Donald Trump. Nixon famously said on those tapes, it's not the crime that gets you, it's the cover-up. Was he right?
Nixon was wrong. It was the crime of Watergate. It was the war against the system of justice.
Nixon wanted Teamsters to go out and physically attack protesters. Whereas Trump expressed the same attitude in public.
If you see somebody getting ready to throw a tomato, knock the crap out of them.
Is this where the Internet of Things and thumbs up formed and then began? I'ma be here when the smoke clears. What's going on, YouTube? EMB5679. Welcome to the channel, man. Get to the dial-line. For some reason, I'm looking at myself, right? Negative filter right now. It's like the pictures in negative. Here, let me see if I wonder if that works. Like, if I show you guys me, can you see me as negative? We'll see when I look at the recording. But yeah, that's how I look. So yesterday no one told me, but I made a mistake and I said the Ronald Reagan when I put out the Roger Stone pose in the thumbnail. When Roger Stone was like posed like this, he always does this pose, right? Richard Nixon. Duh. No one told me I put the video out. I'm saying Ronald Reagan, the Reagan administration had everything to do with bringing in the cocaine and making crack and stuff. And meanwhile, it's Richard Nixon posing. Yeah, I get the name confused. I apologize for that. I took that video down. I'm going to redo it right now. But, man, it did take me out of a wormhole when I went and did my little investigation of Nixon, trying to figure out why Roger Stone would do this. You know what I mean? Trying to find relations and whatnot, and it takes me down this rabbit hole, and I end up seeing so many comparisons to Trump as I just read about Watergate and all these conspiracy theories that Nixon was involved in, and man, do they just look so familiar. And which, see, like I was in the coffee shop earlier, so this is how I had to write my notes, unfortunately. And yeah, I've been start writing notes recently because some days my mind just doesn't think clear. But anyway, let me just go over a couple of these things right here. They were both accused of obstruction, like I said. They both come off racist, man. Like Nixon always got accused of being racist. Trump does. I don't know if they come off like that to everyone. Now Trump uses tweets and stuff, right? And Nixon basically would tape record things to get at people how Trump tweets. And it was a little bit comparison like that. They went on things, you know, they would rant, rave, troll, provoke, express anger. Nixon would record himself just talking crap. You know what I mean? Kind of like how Trump tweets. They definitely both provoke political violence, even though the left does way more. Trump does too, and you guys know how Trump fans can get. But you know, the left does it a lot worse. They're getting it to make Mexicans and black hate white people, and I don't get it, man. We should all love each other, man. I love Mexicans, I love black people. I ain't got a problem with neither one. I grew up with so many black people. Far from racist, man. I don't like how they do that, man. How they're trying to turn us on each other, and then everything's domestic now. So many domestic violences and domestic terrorism, and man, and everything, man. Burn our flag, like, come on, man, just nonsense. They both would claim their innocence. You know, Nixon got so many things where he's saying how he ain't who people think he is, and Trump does the same thing. You know, they both like, I'm a good president, I'm a good president, things like that. Read in the Watergate, man, read about Nixon. You'll see so many comparisons to Trump. It's crazy. Then, like, Trump was, I guess it would be passive aggressive in the beginning, so was Nixon, and then they both shifted to like the attack mode, kinda. Dude, big one. They both attacked the press. Nixon did it as well, and they would specify outlets too. And you know how Trump does that. Nixon said the press is the enemy. You know what I mean? And then Trump says fake news. Trump calls them dishonest people. Nixon used almost the same words. Not honest, dishonest. They both had the Jewish connections, as I showed you. Nixon was very connected to the Jews. Dozens of conspiracy theories around both of these presidents. Accusations, charges, investigations. You got, and then how does this tie into Stone at all, right? Well, I mean, it might not. This is just my day. I'm just showing you guys my journey and my was on reading, reporting, life in general. You got Robert Mueller, the FBI, involved with Trump, right? And then with Nixon, it was Robert Mueller with Nixon, Robert Mueller, and I just thought that was weird. The comparison there is just the Roberts and the Robert Mueller, just so close, man. Bernstein, Epstein, the names, the Jewish connections. I'm just putting comparisons and connections on that, and then Robert Mueller, Robert Mueller. As you can see right there, no more social media for Roger Stone. All right, now this is what I had a video up of yesterday about. And I just accidentally said Ronald Reagan, and when it was President Nixon. But anyways, guys, I understand this dude's a creep. I understand he's throwing up the Nixon pose, but he's basically just throwing it in everyone's face that that's what I take from it. He's basically saying, yeah, I did it, so what? What are you going to do? Blah, blah, blah. He's going to go do his time. Oh, well, dude's a creep. But, I mean, what happened, though, to him does have some significance, okay? He's banned from social media until his trial's over. It just shows the fact that they can do it. Now, why I throw the Storm Area 51 thing involved in this at all? Why am I even showing it in the beginning of the video? Is because that could have a big impact, or that could have a big, but that could back me up, basically, what I'm saying right now. Now, this could be huge that they're just opening the door to banning people on social media. I mean, silencing us, shutting us up, getting rid of us. Anyone that talks truth, anyone that says that isn't pushing their narrative or what they want us to say, this can be the door opening to it, man. Like, this is more serious than people are taking it. And I'm not fear porn. I'm not scaring you. I'm keeping it real with you. That can be very serious. I mean, could be. We're talking about potentials, opinions. I'm just saying that this can be a little more serious than no one's even talking about it, man. Someone's getting banned from social media. Someone's getting shut up, okay? We already know they shut people up, whoever they want to shut up. So, I mean, I don't know. If you're okay with that, then whatever, all right? So, I'm not. So, I'm saying something about it. I'm trying to wake people up to this bullshit, man. It's spraying the skies. Today, I wake up out of nowhere. No energy. Just don't feel right. I mean, last 4 days, though, 3-4 days, I've been fine. Every day I've been cool. The sun been out. It's been blue sky, this, that, and third. Well, what do you know, yesterday they spray real bad. It starts raining today, and not only that is I wake up feeling like, just like no energy, man. I don't know. You know what? I'm gonna stop doing live streams so late at night. I mean, into the night so late, and maybe get 1 more 2 hours of sleep. Because I wake up early. That's just how I am. I wake up early. I want to get out of the door. I want to be outside. I want to try to get stuff done. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna take a chance, say maybe that's what it is, but I doubt it. It has everything to do with the way they're spraying the sky, putting stuff in our food and shit like that. And so I just ain't standing for it, man. Period. And going down this wormhole, I found all these comparisons with Nixon and Trump, and Roger Stone's pose is what led me to it. And that's crazy. They're banning him from social media. They shut him up. I don't really care about him. Care about us, man. I don't want to be shut up. Now, Storm Area 51 is basically a psyop to me. It's just a distraction. It's a bunch of bullshit. It's either AI self-generating this entire thing, and that's what the million people are coming from. And all the people that you see posting pretty girls and dudes and saying they're bringing AR, they're really all AI generated. Look it up. AI can create a human being, look just like me and you, have a name, have a residence, and it never have existed. They can do that. They show that there's videos out on it already. I keep pointing right here because my computer, my laptop's right here. But and I'm saying look up on the laptop because it's there, guys. They can create somebody, dude. It's crazy because it looks like a person. You get what I'm saying? It's like this, okay? This is me in prison, but still, just say it's a picture like this, and it's this dude, man, and he was in jail and he got a name and all those things, but he was never ever. There was never no one that ever looked like that. You get what I'm saying? You know, every person got their own fingerprint. Every person looks their own way, even though people look alike. That's what they're doing. So who's to say that everything on the internet, or all these people that are doing this Storm Area 51, who's to say they're not AI generated? Because they could be. But if they're not, just say if they're not, or even if they are, what if Storm Area 51 was all just to shut us up on the internet? Think about it, dude. If they go through with this, and who's to say if there's not people there to report on September 20th at the location Area 51, which they could keep people out of there if they want. If this is a huge psyop like that, well then listen, they can say something happened and it really not have happened. Okay? I mean, look, it's in a very remote place. Things like this happen. This is not just, I'm not just speaking craziness and like delusional and speaking in a fiction world. Things like this have already happened. This is already happening. This is not new, okay? But look, I want to get you woke, man. Listen, I'm my man Docs, man, and my man Docs on here got me ready to buy, and my man Scotty Wilson got me ready to buy one of these distillers. I'm gonna try to get, you know, some different water in me and see what that does. You know what I mean? I'm gonna. My bad. I tell you what, that tastes like toilet water, and that's a brand new water bottle just opened up. But yeah, I'm gonna try to distill water. You know what I mean? I just know today, man, my mind's foggy. I woke up, no energy. It just don't make sense, man. But it's raining again. It started raining last night during the live stream. Remember I told you guys, and they're spraying the skies, guys. But I just want to tell you guys that, man, stand up for something, man. Stand up for something you believe in. Stand up for something that's right, man. And don't let them silence us. All right, start that movement instead of something so stupid as Storm Area 51 when you're telling the government what you're doing and shit. If that's even real, that's ridiculous. They will wipe you off the face of the earth Area 51 will be a big hole in the ground if people try to do this. So it's getting a little bit crazy because the mainstream media is pushing this so much. It's so obvious there's something to this, man. Maybe they show us that aliens are real or fake. Maybe there's diseases in there they're working on. Maybe it has something to do with the ticks. All of a sudden, weaponizing ticks has to be, info has to be given out about it. Maybe it has something to do with that. Maybe the weaponized ticks are there, or the Lyme disease or disease they're creating are there, and now they're just worried about it, so they're putting information out just in case people find out with this whole Storm Area 51, which that's very, very unlikely. I'm just saying. It could be so many different things, but I take it as a distraction, honestly. But regardless, it's too far away to focus on right now. Today's the 17th. There's supposed to be things that go down today. Haven't seen nothing, haven't heard nothing too bad. But don't forget, there's been weeks of rain, earthquakes, floods, hurricanes now. And just a month ago, tornadoes all through Ohio, Oklahoma, ripping things up. My moderators done lost homes and everything. You know what I mean? Like, let's stay in today, because honestly, that's all that matters, man. Is you're here right now, man. Again, be 5679. Get truth to die line.